Okay. Is it ethical to manifest changes in other people so that when you experience your reality, you experience a changed version of them? So essentially, you're still the one doing the manifestation. You're still the one sending out your intentions. You're still the one deciding what you allow in your life. And what you will allow in your life, you're manifesting that other people will change your behavior. Is that okay? I want to talk about this because this is very nuanced. And I have, like, very proudly, I have manifested other people really stepping up in their standards and stepping up in their behavior and stepping up in their embodiment and how they show up in relationships. I have manifested clients changing their attitude. I have manifested clients being able to see where they're eating the words, and I've been able to manifest that they're really stepping up in their engagement, in their commitment in themselves. I have manifested relationships where people were slacking and manifested changes in their attitude, values, and behavior and priorities so that they're fully stepping up when they're engaging with me. So, is that manipulative? I can never say that I know what's best for other people, but I will say that I know what's best for myself, right? You know, going back to the conversation about you are the main character in your own world, you are the most important person in your own reality. I know what I can tolerate and what I can expect. I know that the standards that I set for myself is how I teach people to interact with me, is that how I teach people how they can treat me. So if I am showing up in such a way that makes people think that they can show up halfway, they could not show up with integrity, falling out on their promises, on their commitment, and they're not following through. If my embodiment is attracting this type of behavior in my life, then I better check in on myself. Like, I better check in with what I am sending out. What message am I sending out to my reality, to the universe, to people in my relationships, such that it allows this kind of behavior? It allows like a leak in energy in our relationships. And I fix that. I fix the part where I'm not showing up for myself, which allows other people to not really show up for me. When I finally fix that, when I fully step into accountability, like really learning, oh, okay, so this is the message that I've been telling people. This is the impression that I've been giving off. This is what I've been allowing in my life. This is where I haven't been speaking up. This is where I've been backing off. This is where I am not following through in my life. Here is where my boundaries are very loose and not enforced. And when I fix those things and I really elevate my standards, I am able to manifest changes of behavior in people, not because I want to change them. Like, I'm not interested in people changing themselves for me. But what I'm interested in is having a new standard for what I allow myself to tolerate, having new standards, reinforcing my boundaries so that when people continue to engage with me in relationships, they know that, oh, okay, so that level is no longer enough. They could decide if they want to continue, being in a relationship with me, or if they want to decide, okay, you know what, this is too much, like this is really not for me. I am not ready to show up in that next level way for you, and that is okay. That is where I need to not attach myself to them, right? Because if I know that I am allowed to choose what I want, other people are also allowed to choose what they want and not want for themselves. And if that's not what they want to continue with, that is entirely okay because I have my freedom and they have their freedom. So when you're asking, is it okay to manifest changes of behavior in people? You must first ask, are you first showing up for yourself in the relationship? Are you first holding yourself to the highest standards? Are you upholding your boundaries? Are you keeping to your word? Do you show up in such a way that respect yourself, right? And when you want other people to change their behavior, is it because you're elevating your standard and you have clarity? Or is it because you want them to change so that you can avoid doing the work yourself? And when I got super clear with this, like I really had to sit with myself, wondering, why do I want to change other people? If they are not showing up for themselves and they're not showing up on the highest level for our relationships, that's entirely okay. That's a leak in the relationship. That's a leak in the container. But when you get really clear, it's not because you want the best for them. You don't even know what's the best for them. I can't say I know what's the best for people, but I know what's the best for myself. So it's really about knowing your new boundaries, because I think chances are, if you know you want something different and you know you want to manifest a change of behavior in some people, then you are already seeing some kind of misalignment between you and the other person. Where is the misalignment happening? Is it because you want to avoid doing the hard work yourself, or is it because you have already stepped up and you have new standards and boundaries, and you're making a declaration to your reality and the universe that from now on I will only allow fill in the blank? And when you can get so clear with that, you are not hiding from yourself. You are no longer leaking your energy where it's hurting you. You know exactly how you need to show up. And so do those things first, because once you clean up your space, once you clean up the way you show up in relationships, the ones that are in your energy will respond. They will respond to your change of energy. So it's not that you're trying to manipulate people or that you're trying to change them for the greater good, because you don't even know what is best for them, again. But they're responding to how you are treating yourself now. And because of that, like if your energy is the dominant energy, if your energy is the leading energy, and you are the one that has clarity, they will respond to you. But first, before you try to change anyone, check in with yourself, check in with your own intentions. And I want to say that this is actually so much more powerful, because instead of delegating the responsibility to other people and saying, I don't want to change, you change. I don't want to do it, you do it first, right? That's not how we want to show up. That's not powerful. What's powerful is saying, my standards are now here. This is how I will show up for myself. And if you want to continue to be in a container, this is where you will meet me, right? And it is congruent. It can only be congruent to how you envision your life to be. And if you show up with integrity, if you show up with respect, if you show up with like knowing that you only want the best for yourself, if you know you're a good person and what you want is for the betterment of humanity, is for the betterment of yourself, and you're benefiting the people around you, then there is no reason you don't pursue that. There's no reason you don't rise to a higher standard. Because when you do, the world will respond to you. The world will give you more responsibilities. Because I'm telling you, this work is not for people who are not accountable with themselves. If you want to be able to influence other people, you first have to be able to stay accountable to yourself. You first have to be able to influence yourself enough to change yourself at the core, to work on yourself at the core, so that your energy is the contagious one. Your standard is the new standard, right? I can definitely see the convenience that can come with just telling other people to do it first so that we don't have to do the hard work and the dirty digging within ourselves. But I can promise you that this is the more powerful thing to do, because if you want to have any kind of influence in the world, if you want to have any influence over other people, you first need to be able to influence changes within yourself. That is such a powerful thing. Knowing that when you step up, the world will respond to you. You don't even have to force people to do it. Like, you don't even have to convince other people to come along with you. You don't have to motivate them and inspire them and push them along or guilt them or nag them. Like, you're drawing a very clean boundary, a very clear line in the sand. Because of that clarity, people know how they will need to respond to you, what you will accept, and what you will no longer tolerate. So please use this with care. And again, I'm not trying to convince you to believe me or listen to anything that I say, but if you decide to give it a try, let me know if anything changes.